just coming into the River Blackwater. I've just passed over the top of Bench Head sand, or spit of sand, whichever one you want to call it. Just crossed the River Colne, just come in from the Wallet. Finally got some winds just coming in here to fill the sails, which is perfect, meant the engine could come off. So approaching about an hour before high water. Need a bit careful, some lobster pots down here it seems. Just in front of us you've got the two large buildings. That is the Bradwell, or the now decommissioned nuclear power station at Bradwell. And then over to the left, the Southminster wind farm. It's based on the coast there. Beyond that is Southend. Well, first you'll come to the River Crouch, and then beyond that you've got Southend and Southend Airport, and then the River Thames. It's got some lunatics over there. Just came past me a little while ago, enjoying the warmer sea temperatures. We've got about 16 degrees at the minute. 16 degrees out at sea, and about, I think it touches around 19 in the rivers, so yeah, I might even be up for some swimming later. So my original plan was to go into Malden, but I'm not going to get that far up the Blackwater in time for high water, so we'll probably go into Tollesbury. I think we'll get that pretty much spot on at the rate we're going in. Still got a little bit of current, tide taking us in, so yeah, I should make that pretty well. I just need to read the pilotage going up the up to Tollesbury, because it is I haven't been up there for years, and I'm not 100% sure what the sill is, but I think we should be fine because it is spring, so should be more than enough water to get in there. What does that say on there? I have no idea. It's just some more crap people like to throw overboard for some reason or another. So over in the distance, that's the River Colne, and Brightlingsea is just up that way. And then one of my favourite anchorages just behind this island, Mersey Island. This is just ahead of us. Just around the back of that is Pyfleet Creek, which is probably one of my most favourite anchorages on the east coast. Very quiet, great holding, and actually very easily accessible at all states of the tide, which is a great thing to have. And then just in front of us in the sea we have the Mersey Flats, which stretch out almost a mile out to sea, and they dry out completely at low water. So that is something to be aware of when you're coming into this river, is the Mersey Flats. Although huge expanse of water available at high tide, it will catch you out when it's ebbing out if you're not careful. But we're just on the edge of that Mersey Flat area at the minute. It's at 6.8 metres of depth, and it's about 2.5 metres chart datum, and then it goes and it dries to about 0.5 metre above. So just entered the Tollesbury Creek. This all dries out at low water, well, maybe even midway through low water. I'm getting my foresail in now, it's not quite the angle I'm after. Just spoken to the harbour master, and he's and he's given me a pontoon for the night. We'll see what happens to the sill. 3.7 metres of water here, and it looks like there's well, hopefully enough. It looks to be enough anyway. There are more than just the harbour pontoons. There are plenty of drying marsh pontoons all over the place. I'm fine, yeah, thank you. If I make a pig's ear of it, I might lose. It's alright. So that's the sill entrance from, well, it's now low water. Everything's dried out. And I'm in the marina, not going anywhere. So I thought I'd go for a walk instead. This is Tollesbury Wick marshes. Now, I'm not sure what SSSI means. I think it's Site of Scientific Special Interest or something like that. Oh yeah, Site of Special Scientific Interest. Just realised that this stuff is the samphire growing on these banks, just where the water would meet them. There's loads of it. We'll try and get down there, but I think I'll probably either end up hurting myself or getting stuck. So this is the actual entrance to Tollesbury Creek. Seems pretty hard to believe that was, well, I couldn't see any of this mud flat earlier. And it's all showing itself now. Yeah, barely any water in the channel. It's at 8 o'clock, so this is pretty much low water. Absolutely beautiful here. So I'm just walking around this SSSI site. I'm not sure actually how far around it is. I'm thinking, looking at that little map at the start, I think it's around 3 miles, but the start point and the end point kind of just disappear off the map, so it's a little bit experimental, I think. But hopefully it'll wear off the beer from the pub. There is a really nice restaurant and bar at Tollesbury, and a seafood restaurant. It's got a huge outdoor swimming pool, and an outdoor sea pool, which is actually quite busy today. So yeah, it has quite a lot to offer in the way for visiting. There's a drying pontoon, a drying pile, so you can dry out on the posts if you need to scrub your boat down. One thing I did notice was the price of beer. It seems that if you buy local beers, it's a lot cheaper. It's around about 20 pence cheaper than buying something that obviously is sold in sort of more larger volumes and is more popular. I can't really start naming brands and stuff, but you know, I'm just thinking maybe that's the way to go when you go actually. And actually, the local here is extremely nice, and I would have definitely chosen it. Well, I'd rate it more than any of the beers on tap. So yeah, just something I've noticed. Maybe someone else can confirm that, but that seems to be the case in this place anyway. So I must be walking around for probably about an hour now. I just went for a gate there. I'm about parallel with the Marina, but on the other side of the marsh. So I'd say I've done about 2 miles at least, but I can't see where this actually goes and then follows back on. I've got a funny feeling I might have to go back on myself. We shall see. Well, sun's kind of dropped quite a lot, losing a bit of light. Look at that, look. Probably can't see him. So I think, from what I can remember, there was a path that you could take, which was kind of running like along here. That's the marina over there. And I think there was one that ran along this sort of crop of trees here. I'm hoping it's going to come out sort of near to where I'm walking. Oh, that pillbox there sat on the mud. That's just ended up there from the corrosion along the riverbank. Looks like there was a pier there at one point. An old World War II one maybe. Interesting. So this pier allegedly was built in 1907, and it's called the Wick. Basically used for recreational reasons only. Sailing. People used to walk out here on Sundays and then go sailing on the river. And then I'm guessing, looking at the pillbox, it was then used for war reasons, possibly to bring up tankers and what have you to rearm or something. Okay, so off the main, or the trail around the coast, now heading up this little track which is in the right direction for the marina. There's some cows up here. So there it is, the end of that walk. Massive area. Just heading out of the Blackwater. Well, to be honest, we've left the Blackwater now. This is the Eagle Bank North Cardinal. We're just passing, well, obviously to the north of it. There's a small little gap between the Colne Bank, or the Colne Bar, and the Eagle, and I've just taken that route. The alternative is to go south, which is the Cardinal you can probably see behind this one. That's the South Cardinal. It's just quite a fair way around. Means just having to go that bit further out. Yeah. Looks like I've got a race on. He's got his. This is Frinton on Sea. It also has a pier, although I don't think it's in use anymore. Definitely doesn't look as active as the Clacton pier. I'm not sure whether you can see that up ahead, but the pier is quite a lengthy one. It comes out quite a long way. You can cut quite close to it. I did last time I came around here, but it is quite shallow after that, and because we're sort of approaching low water springs, I don't particularly want to go any closer than I did last time. Or I don't particularly want to go any closer than I am now. There are a couple of other shallow areas. Even now I'm at 7.6 metre depth, so which is plenty in a Hurley 22, but it's quite typical, really, this part of the UK. Most of the depth area is between 7 and 15 metres. You rarely see anything more than 20 until you get further out. Chasing a couple of boats, there's one just up here. I say chasing, I'm not really chasing them, but they're probably, they're just coming up from behind and then just overtaking me, and there's a couple more behind. All using the ebb tide to head back from Essex back into Suffolk. Passing the Naze Tower, In low water, 5.2 metres of depth at the minute. And I've got Mr. Whisker out. He is keeping the Genoa where it should be. And I'm heading into Harwich. 7:10. It's the 5th of June. Sorry, 5th of July. Where the hell's the summer going? So they're just coming in Halfpenny Pier at Harwich. There's the Radio Caroline Museum and the lifeboat. I'm not sure I'm going to get any space here. It looks absolutely rammed with boats. But we'll see what happens. I might be able to find a spot. So I had a really shit night's sleep last night. Came alongside Halfpenny Pier alongside another boat. It was pretty busy. It was nice and quiet when I got there. And then around 1 o'clock in the morning, the wind changed direction to a northwest. Not very strong, but it weren't very comfortable. Lots of rocking, banging. I did think something had happened up top of the mast at one point. I heard something banging around, but thankfully it was just my main halyard had just come loose and was back against the side of the mast. So yeah, there was no major problem, but just something to bear in mind of when you go to Halfpenny Pier is just don't go there on a strong northwesterly, because it'll be awful, especially on the outside of the pontoon anyway.